Welcome to VDEOMKR, the podcast that cuts past the highlight reel and takes you straight into the raw behind-the-scenes stories of creatives and makers. I'm Carly, founder of The Good Vibe Media, a woman-owned and operated video production agency and a creative studio space. Every week on VDEOMKR, I sit down with filmmakers, creators, and creative entrepreneurs for a deep, honest conversation you don't typically hear. The late nights, the pivots, the breakdowns that shape the breakthroughs. These are the conversations and stories that make people like me and so many other creatives need to hear. This is a space for growth, for lessons, for community, a place where we learn from each other's real, unfiltered journeys. This is VDEOMKR. Let's get rolling. Welcome back to another episode of VDEOMKR. Our guest today is David, founder of Moneta De Sine, a Phoenix-based video production company built on the belief that the best way to get a message across is through a story, and the best way to tell a story is through video. Graduating with a bachelor's in biology to become a neurosurgeon, he shifted gears big time and is now a traveling videographer, capturing stories in Germany, Italy, Mexico City, and beyond. Through compelling storytelling, high-quality production, and cutting-edge AI integration, David helps businesses craft brand narratives that drive real action. A connector at heart, David also is the owner of Arizona Filmmakers, a community based here in Phoenix that is helping creatives thrive by providing resources and connection. We are so excited to dive into his background and extensive knowledge in video production on today's episode. David, welcome.
Thank you. That was the coolest introduction ever. That was so cool. Thank you.
It is really cool. I've had the pleasure to know you for the last couple of years in the very beginning of Arizona Filmmakers. And every time I'm around you, I just feel your passion and your presence of this art of filmmaking and video production and storytelling. So I'm freaking so excited to have this conversation and just so excited and grateful to know you.
And when I heard about your podcast, I was so excited. I subscribed. I'm like, okay, I need to follow VDEOMKR. This is so cool. So thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Okay, let's hop into it. We're going to start with some rapid fire.
Okay.
All right. First question is, what was the first thing you ever made that you were really proud of?
Oh, that's an easy one. Okay. It's a short film called The Storyteller. And so the original storyteller in my eyes was my dad. And so he went through like some of the hardest, stories. His family left him when he was young. His mom died at a young age, and he built a lot of scars from it. So in this short film, are these rapid? Do I have to answer quick?
You can take as much time as you want. I also feel like you're going to make me cry within the first 45 seconds of this episode.
Okay. All right.
But take as much time as you want. It's rapid fire, but you just dive in whatever feels right.
Well, I'm really proud of this short film because, it's a story about my dad. And in Japanese, there's a concept called kintsugi, where if like a vase or something breaks, they repair it with gold. So when they repair it, it looks even more beautiful than when it was fixed. And so in the short film, we used my son as my dad younger, and then me as middle, and then him as older. And so you see my son getting cracks when his mom dies. You see like his family leaving, he gets more cracks. And at the end, we show my dad, and he's just full of like gold cracks all over his skin. And that makes him like the ultimate storyteller, which if you watch it now, it's not the greatest production. It's not, but the story's there, and it's one of the proudest things I've made.
Oh, that's beautiful. I would love to watch that. I can't believe I have. Is it public?
Yeah,
somewhere?
It is. But don't judge me on the
no.
Don't judge me on the production.
Listen,
it was one of the first
me.
things. Yeah.
The amount of cringe videos I have of my early years, there's no judgment. Gotcha, yeah. You can find a lot more on me, I'm sure. That's really beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Okay, what is something in your gear kit that you cannot live without?
Oh my gosh. Okay, this one's hard. My gear kit. I mean, I'm such a gimbal user, and I just carry my gimbal everywhere I go. I feel like I can get some most incredible shots with my gimbal. I even went viral one time because I like how videographers move, and I'm just moving like a gimbal like operator. So I would say my gimbal always comes with me.
Yeah. I love that. What is your favorite thing that you've ever captured?
Okay. Oh, that's hard. For everything I ever captured. That's like saying, what's your favorite movie? Like, that's so hard. But recently we were in Italy, and for one of my clients, we were like on where they kind of excavate the marble for like the statues that they make, or like the big pillars. And so we did a live painting there. She was painting, and then I captured them during the sunset, her whole team. And it was just like perfect lighting. Like it was so cool. I'll show you. I mean,
that's epic.
Yeah, it was really cool. Oh
my gosh. That is so awesome. Okay, where do you feel the most creative? Like in your shower, in your car?
Definitely the shower.
Yeah.
I feel like the shower, and my wife always wonders like, why do you take long showers? And I'm like, I'm just thinking, like,
I'm tapping into that creativity.
Yeah. Like, and I feel like the most creative someone can be is when you're doing something monotonous or you're not thinking.
Yeah.
You know, when you quiet your mind and like creativity comes out.
For sure.
So I feel like that's the shower for sure.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, mine is running. Like when I go on long runs and I'm just kind of like my brain dozes off because I'm in a rhythm and I'm not thinking too much. Yeah. I feel like that's when stuff drops in.
I gotta go running more.
Yeah. Maybe we can hit the canal sometime together. Yeah. Get creative drops together. Okay, who is someone you drop everything to collaborate with and why?
Let me think. I mean, Stefan, my partner. For
He's
sure.
Awesome.
You know, he says, hey, there's something. I'm like, all right, let's do it. But honestly, there's like if I have a connection with you, even you, Carly, like if you tell me like, hey, I'm building something, I'm doing something, I need help, I feel like I'll do anything for the community, my community. Even today, I need to edit like all night, all day today. And some stuff are due tomorrow. But Colton from Hard Copy Media, he's like, hey, I had these guys booked, and it was for like an event that he's kind of sponsoring, so it's not paid. And he's like, I need help. Like they're double booked. Can you help me? I was like, shoot. All right, let's do it. You know, so
yeah,
if I'm free, I'll help.
Yeah, that's something I admire and respect so much about you, is how much you value community, and you really are the example of community over competition. I feel like in the Valley, for sure, with everything you built with Arizona Filmmakers and beyond, which we'll get into very soon. Okay, a couple more here. If your entrepreneurial journey had a theme song, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. What let me think.
And there might be seasons. There might be
there
different
is.
tracks for different seasons.
Like I feel like sometimes it's like Thunderstruck, which I don't know if you saw the little short I did for Arizona Filmmakers.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
So good.
But other times, I feel like most of the time I can't think of a song, but the genre is like R&B, kind of humble, kind of just like chill.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a go getter kind. Like I'm not like a person who goes chasing and does all that. I wish I was. Like I wish I was a salesperson. But I'm more like, hey, I do this. Do you need it? But I do wish I was more, heavy rock, metal. Like let's do it. Yeah.
No, but I think that's what makes you and your style so is you're so chill. You're very easy to be around, and you're not intimidating that way, which I think a lot of people appreciate in this industry.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Last one. What is one thing about your creative process that people would be surprised to know?
Ooh, I would say, especially in like my work and what I do, is the pre-production.
Yeah.
Like pre-production is where I flourish. I feel like I do some of the most intensive pre-production with my clients or with projects. We dive deep into like the brand, the story, like dissecting what is their story, and then finally execution, the production. But it's like the story element of what I do. That's my most tedious process, most detailed process. Yeah.
So speaking of being tedious and detailed, I feel like maybe a little bit of the neurosurgeon background that you have could have influenced that.
Yeah.
I had no idea about this in your background. I would love to hear kind of your journey of how studying to be a neurosurgeon led you into this amazing orbit of, creative production.
Yeah. So originally I wanted to just go into the military like my dad. And then I had too many health problems. I need surgery on my back. I have like chronic asthma still and a few more other things. And so they didn't let me. So I was like, I'm smart enough. Why don't I just be, like, I'm very altruistic. I want to help people. So I don't want to be a doctor. And then when I started studying, I was like, the brain just fascinated me. It's like, I just want to learn more. I want to be one of those neurosurgeons that just give back to the community by learning more about the brain. And so, yeah, I started going to college. I started, learning, and I love learning. That's one thing. I love learning. And then when I started interning for doctors, and they kind of, one neurosurgeon told me, hey, I don't want you to learn anything here. I want you to learn why you don't want to be a doctor. I was like, bro, I spent I'm in $30,000 in debt already. Like, don't tell me that. And yeah, I saw that as altruistic as you want to be, you can't help like you want to. It's the insurance is what runs the business. If they don't have insurance or they can't afford it, you can't provide care. And I said, if I had to do that for the rest of my life and turn down patients, I don't think I could live with myself, So I had to tell my mom and dad, who were supporting me, my wife and my son, and my wife had to tell them, hey, I don't want to be a doctor anymore. I don't know what I want to be. I want to be a videographer. Like, they did not want to hear that. They're like,
plot
okay.
twist.
Yeah. It's like, we've been supporting you for what, 4 years? Like, but yeah, I had a camera at the time.
What was your first camera? What did you have?
It was a Nikon.
Uh-huh.
And let me tell you the story. I
Okay.
think my wife probably already knows the story, but at the time I was buying my first camera and I didn't know anything about cameras. So I went to Best Buy, and then there was a pretty girl who came up and said, oh, you need help? And I was like, yeah. Like, oh, what kind of cameras do you like? I was like, I don't know. What kind of cameras do you like? She's like, oh, a lot of people like Nikon, but I'm a Nikon girl. I was like, I'm a Nikon guy. And so I was just kind of like trying to be, and I was like, yeah, I'll take the Nikon. And then little did I know, it's a photography camera. It's not even a video camera.
Oh, no.
It shoots horrible videos.
Oh, geez.
So what I had to do is like tell everybody, oh, my style is like that vintage look.
Yeah.
Because that's like,
all you could
that's all I
shoot
could
with.
do. Yeah. So I made it work, and people loved like the look that I was giving them.
Yeah.
I threw in like a lot of film grain, a lot of like VHS kind of stuff. And
what year was this?
2000, it was 2015.
Okay.
No, 2016.
16. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I started, that's when I kind of really did the shift.
Made that transition. Yeah. Wow. And that is a big shift for sure.
Yeah.
What in that first like year, or some of the first projects that you did, what was one that like really gave you that like, yes, this is what I am going to pursue? Was there one that like really filled your bucket?
Like a project that kind of said, wow, this is it.
Yeah. And like, I could really make a living doing this type thing.
Well, okay. So I think when I got hired by Larry H. Miller, like Dodge Ram, they wanted a bunch of videos, and I was like, oh shoot, they want a bunch of videos. I bought another camera, and then I started making videos. They loved it. They're like, wow, these look like from corporate,
Yeah.
And I was like, shoot, I think I can make a living. And that was 2019.
Yeah.
And then I started let going of some jobs because I overcompensated when I graduated and didn't continue.
Yeah.
I took on 3 jobs.
Okay.
And my schedule was hectic. I was getting like, for 3 years, I was averaging 2 hours of sleep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So this was my schedule. I would wake up at 3, go to UPS, work and load boxes, come home at 11, shower, then go door to door sprint sales for Sprint.
Oh my God.
Then come home and then go serve at BJ's. And then go to sleep, try to get a few hours of sleep.
Dang.
And that was my schedule.
For
So
2 years.
yeah.
So you didn't even have much room for creativity.
Building the business.
Yeah.
So what was cool is that I was able to get a position at UPS where it was called tender, where I
Okay.
just watched the boxes. If there was a jam in the things, I would go fix it.
Yeah.
And so I just listened to podcasts about how to build a business. I didn't know how to. I didn't even know it was possible. I thought you had to like just already be like a big corporation or something. Because none of my family were entrepreneurs or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was actually, I always give a shout out to this one UPS employee that I don't remember his name,
Yeah.
but he's like, hey, you should read Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yes.
And that changed my life. I was like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that was, I forgot where we were going with
That's
this.
huge. No, it's really, yeah, I think I had asked about that first project where you're like, yes, I can make a career with this.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that though. I didn't know that was a grind for 2 years, but man, I'm sure that gave you such deep perspective and understanding and appreciation for what you have built now.
I learned to, even when it's slow seasons, I'm just so thankful.
Yeah.
Like even like in 1 month, like one client still keeping me around or something, it's like, thank you so much.
Totally.
Like, this is incredible that I'm doing this.
Yeah. And even in grind seasons, because let's be honest, a lot of clients, they only see like the film day. What they don't see is like the hours and hours and hours of pre-production and post-production that goes into it. And there are certainly grind seasons where you are pulling like crazy hours and getting lack of sleep, but knowing that that's temporary. And I feel like when you have the heart and the passion of what you're producing and the story that you're, telling, it makes it worth it.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what I like about so far with Arizona Filmmakers is that all the people that I meet, not necessarily the new people that are coming into the industry, but the people that are in the industry, is that they share the same passion as me.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're established, you love it so much because it's a hard industry. Like it beats you down. It's like, dang, it didn't come out exactly as I wanted to, but you wake up the next morning saying, I want to do it again though.
Yeah.
So all the people that I meet that are established like yourself is like, there's just passion.
There's passion and there's heart. I feel like if you don't have that, like, man, you'll fizzle out pretty quick.
Yeah.
What is some advice that you could give to someone who maybe is in that position where they're like right there, they want to make that career shift? Maybe they're kind of stuck because they feel like they have to be in, whatever job or position that they're in, but they're ready to take that leap or close to taking that leap. Sounds like you were in that.
Yeah.
Working 3 jobs, wanting to have this creative, learning, about entrepreneurial journeys and all of this. What is the biggest piece of advice that you would give to someone who's in that position?
I'm actually really happy you asked that because I was looking for this exact sign when I was in that position. So if anyone is in that position right now and you're watching this, this is what I heard that helped me transition. And it was Steven Spielberg who said this at a school presentation. He said, the quietest voice that doesn't go away inside your head is the one that you should follow. So if that little voice is telling you to just keep going and pursue this career, this industry, do it, please. You will not regret it.
Yeah. That's so good.
Thank you.
Mic drop.
That was mic drop. Yeah.
Thanks,
Steven Spielberg, thank you so much.
Yes.
I hope I get to meet you one day.
Yes, you will.
Yeah,
you will.
I hope so, yeah.
He lived here. Well, yeah, his film. I loved watching his
watched
film.
It?
Yes.
What was it? The Fumblemans or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't.
That movie was so cool.
It was awesome because I love seeing how they
back then
Camelback Mountain and all the homes and stuff, and you can see the neighborhood. I mean, now the neighborhoods are changing so much, but you can see.
You could tell.
The authentic.
Yeah.
Because he actually went to Arcadia High School. Did you know that?
He did?
He dropped out his sophomore year at Arcadia High School. And then his mom and him moved to California and he weaseled his way into Hollywood. Yep. And then I think he ended up going back to college at Long Beach and got his degree from Long Beach State.
Yeah, I remember... cause I was so inspired by that he also came from Arizona because I was looking for a sign like, can I even make it? Like, can a 20-year-old in Arizona make it? And then I saw him.
Like, high school dropout.
Yeah.
And he freaking made it.
He made it, yeah.
Because like you said, the passion, the voice, the heart, if that's there, you can't run away from that. You got to listen, go all in.
And as long as you keep going, like, you can't fail.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way. Because every failure is such a big opportunity for growth. And as long as you have that perspective, like, you're going to move mountains.
Yeah.
So I love that you shared that. Thank you. Okay. Let's talk about maybe speaking of, I'd love to hear if there's a story early on in your career with the video production, maybe a project that like totally flopped, or you're like, oh crap, that was a big failure, but and also an opportunity for growth. I know we all have them. We all have these stories. We all have moments that have been such a massive learning opportunity. I would love to hear a story from the early stages of you building.
I want to say, like, with the productions, I feel like I haven't failed, especially like when I see the work at the time, just so proud of each one.
Yeah.
But I'll say my client relationships is where it's the biggest, like, I failed again. Like, what am I doing wrong? And I think that's where, like, I keep taking the L's, but like the lessons, you know what I mean? I'll share kind of some stuff that I kind of learned.
Yeah.
But one of them was like just following up. I feel like I used to think if they don't reach out, it's because they're not interested or they don't like it. But just following up, I'm like, oh shoot, they're just busy.
Yeah.
They're just doing their own thing, and sometimes they forget, and it's last minute, and they're looking for someone else now.
Yeah. But
if I just kept communication and things like that, which is probably common sense, but for me, I was like, oh shoot, I messed up. Another one was I feel like it all revolves around communication, but having like a project manager that just constantly is talking to them.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we did the video. I told them what we're gonna do it on this date, but they just want someone to talk to them. 24/7.
Yeah. Hold their hand through the journey.
Through the whole journey. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's still something I'm working on, because most of the time I'm wearing a lot of hats.
Yes.
And so, if I'm editing, or I'm also shooting, or I'm directing, and I also still have to talk to them, plus run the business and do outreach at the same time, and be a family man. And, it's like, oh, shoot, when do I have time to talk to them?
Yes.
Because to me, it almost feels like it's the last priority.
Right.
Because, why should I, hey, how's your morning? Just
Totally.
checking in.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and everybody's so different too. Like some people, some personalities love the over communication and are grateful for it. Other personalities are like, no, we're good.
Yeah.
Like, we trust you. This is why we hired you. Do your thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true too.
So it's like, it is so much of running a business, any business really, is like understanding people and personalities and understanding them early on in like the onboarding phase to really set up each project for success.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big.
Oh, I just remembered one time, and I feel like it was bad management for this, but we did an event in Los Cabos with like a music festival.
Yeah.
And I'm going to share this because
oh gosh, I can't wait.
Tea. Yeah,
this is some tea.
Yeah. The guy who got the job, I don't think he knew how to manage a team. I don't think he ever has. He's just a freelancer. So he's like, hey, you're one of the best guys I know. I need you on the video team. I'll do the photography side. And so he hired his best friend. I hired a guy that I knew that was kind of cheap because he's just putting things together. And then he also hired a project manager, which was a girl he liked. She's not in the industry. She doesn't have experience.
That's one way to ruin a relationship very quick.
Yeah. He bought her a camera with the budget of the project.
Oh my God.
To just take, I don't know why. If they hear that, I don't even care. I don't even care anymore. And then, okay. So what happened was when we all went out there, he obviously brought her to Los Cabos to like, spark a relationship or something. And dang, I feel crazy saying this. No. And then his best friend ended up like with the girl.
Oh boy. There's some tea.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, were the cameras on you guys or were like,
Right.
was this sounds like a reality TV show.
Yeah. And then, so The guy who's running the whole thing was just upset the whole time. Didn't really
Oh my
talk.
gosh.
He was upset.
Yeah.
He spent money on the girl. He brought her out, expecting something, and then his friend is the one taking over.
Oh boy.
And then they start drinking, because the guy managing doesn't care anymore.
Oh no.
They start drinking at the resort. So I am the one left, shooting, editing, managing all the video stuff while they're all just having fun. And so it was like, I want to say 20-hour days for me. 20-hour days, waking up, driving out there, shooting, coming home and putting it all together for the next day edit. And so there was a time we were recording Boys to Men, and the interviewer was like super like anxious. So she's like, "This is the biggest interview of this trip. I just want to test the cameras, audio, record right now." And I was like, "Okay." I recorded, and then they came out, and she's like, "They're here, go, go, go." And I was like, "Okay." I press it.
And you didn't hit record.
I didn't. I cut
you
it.
Thought you were pressing record.
Yep.
But you cut.
And because I was sleep deprived, I didn't check if the light is on. I just watched them, and then I was like, cool. And I go to press the button again, and the red light comes on, and I'm like, I'm just looking at the camera.
Did they already get up?
Yeah, they left. They left. I'm still shocked. Like, I was so shocked that they left. The interviewer was like, "That felt really good. I think I was on my zone." I was so
literally sweating right now. Oh my
and then
gosh.
I tell the guy who's managing, I was like, "We didn't get that. I was just we didn't capture it." Like, "What do you mean, the audio was bad?" I was like, "No, we didn't capture any of that." And then he's like, so the owner of the guy, the head guy's like, "I want to fly that guy at home now, and I want to replace him." The guy who brought me is like, "We can't do that, because I'm the one doing everything."
Oh my
So if I
gosh.
left, they would find out that they're not doing nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
And so they kept me, because the guy's like, I can't. If he leaves, we're all leaving, because literally, if I leave,
The work can't be done.
the work can't be done. So we finished it off. Boyz II Men was a little hard to get another interview with, but
you got another one?
We got it.
Oh my
they were
gosh.
divas about it.
That's crazy. Yeah. Wow. I was not sure where that story was going to go, but about halfway through, I was thinking to myself about how important it is to like show, especially when you're doing big productions like that. If you are not like taking care of yourself and you're not coming on set like in a good mental
fresh like
headspace, like that will affect every aspect of the production.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that oftentimes might get overlooked, because you know, we're so in like action mode of executing and doing, but it's like you can actually do so much better if you take the time to like get your mind right, get your physical, like get yourself set and healthy.
And I think there's like a thing with film, video production, or even events and stuff like that, where Murphy's Law, anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Yes.
So it's like you got to come in prepared for Murphy's Law.
Yes.
A, B, C, and D, and all the way to Z.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know we do have a little motto within our company that there is always a solution. There's always a solution. And the more you can like flex those muscles of thinking about like more solutions to all the problems that will surface or unexpected situations, the better you'll be in your creative craft,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that is interesting that you brought that up too, because we recently traveled for a massive production. And I remember feeling very defeated coming home, and I was venting to my mom, and she's like, "Carly, I don't know what it is about this industry, but everyone that I know that's in production, they're all burnt out." Like all of her friends that are older that have been in the industry for so long, like there's something about the industry that is just, it's so taxing. But I don't like that, because I'm of the mentality of like, well, tell me I can't and I will, like I love going into things with the idea of like, any situation that you're in, there's always like a silver lining, and there's always like good that can come out of it. So I just don't like that there is this reputation, or my mom's, thought process around it, at least, of her judgment of like, this industry is so like work to the grind to the 20-hour day, all this whole thing that it completely like destroys you. I want to change that.
That's cool. What like early on, what made you want to like
Get into it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the same, very similar to you. The art of storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm such a people person. I love people. I love like learning about people, hearing their stories, like what makes them tick,
Yeah.
why they are the way they are. They think the way they think. They have the views and the beliefs and the values that they do. I think that I was blessed early on to be exposed to a lot of different types of people and environments, and we moved around so much when I was young that was, at the time, I was a little resentful about it because I was like, oh,
Really?
Mom,
Like,
really?
new friends, all
Like,
that stuff.
yeah, I have to make new friends all the time. I like rolled my eyes, but now looking back, I'm like, that was probably the greatest gift.
Because you got to
Adapt.
discover new stories
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah, totally.
That's really cool.
And I think that that having the ability to, even if you don't agree with someone or you don't understand someone, the ability to accept and like at least try and still like love them and appreciate them as a human being, even though there might be a lot of differences. I feel like the more people can practice that, I think the better, you know, our communities, our society, our world will be.
Yeah.
And you're seeing it now. I'm totally going off on a tangent, but I feel even more passionate about it now just because I feel like social media and all these platforms, they've just given people this, I don't know, very narrow algorithm
Yeah.
that feeds their, you know, what they want to hear, what they want to see.
Exactly. It's
It
more
just
separation,
narrows them
more.
down.
Yeah.
Because we've lost the ability, I think a lot of people have lost the ability to think wider, think broader, understand, have empathy.
That's such a good take. Yeah.
So,
Which is funny too, because I feel like people don't understand that they can easily change their algorithm to what they want to see.
yeah.
You know, like on the Moneta's page, I changed my algorithm to just see trending reels and stuff like that you could replicate and do, you know.
Yes.
On my personal page, it's a lot of science and a lot of like learning and things like that. So you could just go in, not interested, not interested. Like, we have so much more power.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a good way to segue into AI, but
yes, that's exactly where I was going to lead with that, because I think that, and also the importance of human connection. Like there are so many people, especially looking into the filmmaking industry, that are like, oh my gosh, like AI is going to change everything.
Yeah.
And I would love to hear your take on what's your perspective around AI? Because I know you incorporate a lot of AI into your systems and your operations. That has really been beneficial.
Yeah.
But give me your viewpoint on AI in the world of filmmaking and creativity.
It's funny enough. We have at Comic-Con, at Phoenix Comic-Con in June, we have a panel. Arizona Filmmakers doing a panel for AI. A debate between, is it good or is it bad for the industry?
Cool.
So
oh gosh.
if you guys,
I'll be there.
Yeah, for sure. If you guys want to go
dates?
to that,
Do you know?
June 6th, I think.
Okay, we'll have to
on.
look that up. Yeah, sweet.
But I'm very optimistic. Just by nature, I want to be optimistic.
Yes.
Because you could choose to be pessimistic, but that doesn't help you in your goals.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a kind of the mindset thing. So I think AI is going to be really good for our industry. As far as like jobs and stuff like that, I think that it's going to like lessen it. I think companies, especially businesses, if they can create content where they don't have to pay a bunch, but it still gets the message across, I think they're going to go the cheaper route.
Yeah.
Which is why I kind of wanted to learn about it, figure it out. But at the same time, I think it's going to make a divide where businesses want to lean on the more authentic, where the creators almost become like a persona. And I was talking to Lindsay. Do you know Lindsay, the photographer?
Yeah, I think so. Lindsay.
Yeah. Oh shoot, why am I blanking on her last name? I'm having a brain
It's
fart.
okay.
Yeah.
Keep chatting. I'm sure she's gonna pop in my brain.
Yeah.
Talking.
But we're talking about how the photographer or the videographer is going to be like a persona where the business wants to highlight them as a creator, where you become almost like an artist because they want to show that, hey, we're not using AI, we're using a real human.
Yes.
So I think businesses are either going to go full AI or highlight the creator,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that because everybody now is able to create high quality content with AI, that we're not competing with who can create the best looking image anymore, who has the more skills on the camera. It's who can tell the better stories.
Mm-hmm.
Because competition makes things better. I think people are going to start saying, okay, since everyone can create cool images, how do we level up our storytelling?
Yes.
And at the end of the day, I think that's what we're missing. How do we tell better stories? So I'm optimistic, and I think that with AI, we're going to start seeing creators tell better stories.
Yes.
Yeah.
And AI can tell stories, but it cannot tell a story the way a human can. I feel like you can feel a difference between the two, you know, because
I mean, yeah, because I think it takes someone to experience something to tell a story.
Right.
Someone can tell a story, but a storyteller like expresses it and shows emotion through it. Like 100%. It takes you through a journey.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah. So how are you incorporating AI right now?
Again, I'm a storyteller.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a storyteller before a filmmaker.
Yeah.
I just like filmmaking. So if there's a shot if there's a shot that I need for my story and I just can't achieve it due to time or budget, I'm going to use AI.
Yeah.
I actually used AI for the Great Return script that I did for Arizona Filmmakers. There's a running joke where me as an AI is always buff and strong. So Kayla, she says, we tried bringing David back. We used AI, and it shows me in a tank with like a huge muscles. So that's a running joke. But yeah, like obviously I can't get that shot in real life. So I do that.
But maybe. I
mean, I am working on it. I'm trying. And then just business development. Mm. I'm using so much AI, which I'll show you later. Mm. I created so what I realized for a year and a half now, I've been developing this tool where businesses can use to figure out how they can use content to get an ROI.
Yes.
What I realized, and I was doing some market research, but this AI I'm using finished the market research. Like it took me a year and a half to start developing this. This AI did it in seconds. Yeah. Wow. It just like searched all of the internet and then gave me a report. It finished my report for me.
Wow.
And so I think the report says 37% of businesses and agencies know they need video, but don't even get started or don't even use it because they don't know like how it works or how it even benefits their business. Mm-hmm. Like how do I even get started? 37% is a big market.
Yeah.
So if I can tap into that, by giving them this tool that it's an assessment where they answer some questions about their business, and then it delivers them a content roadmap.
Yes.
So I built all that with AI.
Cool.
And I'll share that AI. I feel like everyone should know about AI. It's just like a human right, I feel. Yeah. So I don't gatekeep. It's called Manus AI.
Okay.
Manus AI, it was acquired by Facebook this year.
Okay.
And everyone's talking about OpenClaw, which is like an AI agent that you can use, but it's so clunky. It's so hard to like figure out. Like as soon as you open it, you're like, shoot, what do I do? I'm not a coder. Like,
okay.
Manus AI is super simple. It's like ChatGPT.
Yes. Wait, how do you spell it?
Manus.
Okay. Perfect.
Manus.
Yeah.
And so please try it out. And
that's cool.
I have a code if you want to try it.
Oh, sweet. What is it?
I'll send it to you.
Okay. I'm like, you want to?
Yeah.
Share it publicly.
But yeah, it's incredible. I feel like because Facebook owns it, they have big enough pockets that they will keep, like, even if it does bad, they're not going to go under.
Totally.
You know, so I trust that it will stay around. But yeah, it's incredible.
That's awesome. Okay, I'm excited to see that and to dive into it. I want to go back to kind of the start of you starting Moneta Design. Where did that name come from?
Yeah, it's a cool. I'm big into branding and all that. So when I was thinking of a name, I didn't want to go with like the classic like David visuals or you know what I mean. Like everyone's doing that. At the end of the day, you want your brand to be remembered. And so if you're doing what everyone else is doing, there's no chance that you're going to be remembered.
Yeah.
So I took a playbook from Nike, and I was like, why did they choose Nike? And I know a lot of people didn't like the name Nike when it first started, but Nike's like the god of athleticism, or like the goddess of like speed or something like that. And so what I did is I started looking at things, again, thinking back that I feel like with brands, everything should be remembered. You should be memorable. So I looked up the goddess of memories, and the first thing that popped up was Moneta. She's the Roman goddess of memories. So I was like, perfect. And I was like, I put, for the longest time, I said Moneta photography. Yeah. Because I started as a photographer with the Nikon camera. Yeah. And then I was like, no, but I don't want to, pigeonhole myself to just that. So I wrote design, but I was like, I want to be more fancy. So this is where I messed up. For some reason, I started looking up Romanian words. Yeah. And design, De Sine, or whatever, how it's spelled, is like within yourself. Like art is created within yourself. I try to be very like artistic with it. Later on, I realized Rome, like the goddess of memories, Rome is different from Romania. It's two different languages, Italian and Romanian. Like, that's awesome. So they don't go together, but it's stuck. Moneta Design. Yeah. So I always tell people when I'm, meeting new clients, I tell them we're in the business of making memories. Yes. That's what we're in. And so we hope to make your business memorable, not just noticed. Yes. Yeah.
Is there a brand that you've worked with in your career thus far that makes you really, really proud? Is there one production that stands out in your mind?
I did a project with, I really like this business. I like the model. It's IBIY, and their whole idea is that they sell bracelets, but you buy the bracelet to give to someone else. So the idea is that impact has never been measured before, but now you buy a bracelet and you it's like an NFT or NFC. Yeah. NFT. You scan it, and then you're able to, with their app, you're able to see how many times the bracelet gets passed around.
That's cool.
And where in the world it's at.
That's cool.
So we did a whole video where you see the bracelet being passed around, through the airplane, through like concerts, through hospitals, through weddings, like someone gave and so that was a really cool project that I feel awesome. Like really proud of.
Yeah, that's awesome. How do you get majority of your clients?
Word of mouth is majority, but I do also do LinkedIn outreach.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which is really cool. Yeah. I mean, I feel like a lot of our clients are on LinkedIn. But I hope that with stuff that I'm building, the brand just keeps growing and people are noticed. Like, oh shoot, I watched a show that he made. Yes. Oh, how do I get involved? How do I? Yeah.
Okay, I want to get into that, but before we do, I want to talk a little bit about Arizona Filmmakers too, because community is such a big value of yours, I can tell. And I want to kind of go back to when you had the idea of Arizona Filmmakers. What did you see that was missing that you wanted to kind of fill a gap in for the filmmaking industry here in Arizona?
Funny enough, it wasn't that I was trying to fill a gap in the community, because I didn't know the community. Yeah. I didn't know. I knew that I was having a hard time connecting with creatives and filmmakers. That's all I knew. Yeah. So if you ask me like why I started Arizona Filmmakers, it's because I wanted friends. Yeah. So, it was just hard to find like to be honest, it was hard to find APA. It was hard to find these, big organizations when I was starting out, because all my connections were in the medical industry. Yeah. So, after 2 years of looking and wishing for something and DMing people, I don't know if you know this story, but for my birthday, I don't remember which birthday, but I said, hey, community on Facebook, all these, Facebook groups. Yeah. Hey, I'm starting, for my birthday, I want to give instead of receive. So I'm opening up a studio session for anyone who wants to come get headshots. I'll have, crafty, and I just want to meet you. Cool. The response I got was, don't trust this guy. He just wants to get you in your studio and and take advantage of you. And I was like,
no.
this is my introduction to you guys. Like, I don't even know you guys. I'd never even done this before. Like,
oh, wow.
people commenting, I'm like,
Wow.
I literally don't know you.
Wow.
And so that was my introduction to the community. I was like,
well,
is it so?
And it's probably because too, as terrible as it is, there's been enough damage with bad people in the industry that have kind of like, again, ruined the reputation.
Yeah.
So now people don't have trust, you know?
And I understood it. Like, I was hurt at first, you know, I was like, oh dang, like that hurt. But then I'm trying to be understanding, and I'm like, wow, that's sad. Yeah. It's sad.
And I wish we could change that.
And I think that's why I was like, okay, that was like, that was back in 2020. Yeah. 2022. I started Arizona Filmmakers I came up with the branding, how I want to execute. It took almost 2 years.
Yeah. And the fact that Arizona Filmmakers didn't exist, like, didn't you say that? You like, if it saw that you were like, everything was open.
Everything.
It was just this perfect.
The URL, the domain,
the
Facebook, I was like, as many years as filmmaking and Arizona's been, like, no one did it. Yeah.
That's so cool.
It was crazy. Yeah.
Okay, so talk about, because building a community and everything, I mean, the events that you've hosted are unbelievable. Like, you can tell, even with the promo videos, even the last one that you produced, it's like everything that you do within Arizona Filmmakers is so, you feel it's top notch. Like, you don't half-ass anything.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of work. So talk about some of the learning lessons that you had early on building the community, and maybe what you would have done differently, if there's anything you would have done differently.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I would have done differently is build out in like a stream of revenue for Arizona Filmmakers. Because for the most part, from now and back then, it's almost been like a nonprofit without the donations.
Yeah.
So the only reason we've been able to go for so long is, number one, I feel like in my business, I've been like fortunate and I could feed back into Arizona Filmmakers, but from all the support of people buying tickets and using that money to carry on to the next event and next event. Like, me and Stefan don't profit off of Arizona Filmmakers at all. But I'm so happy that we found each other, because he's as passionate, and I think he's a fan of the community as much as I am.
Yeah.
Like, a lot. And I feel like it does take someone to be a fan of the community to be able to build something like that. Because when I see someone win, or even if someone gets a job that I didn't get and I see them do a good job on it, I'm like, oh shoot, like, I'm excited. Or if, you know, they're calling me like, oh, I got Learner and Row, I don't know, like, you know, one of the big, and then I was like, I'm excited because I'm a fan.
Yes.
But yeah, one of the things early on, these were some rules that I had to tell Stefan. As a community leader, if you say you're going to do something, you don't back out.
Yep.
Even if it fails horribly, you do it, because at the end of the day, your word is all you have.
Right.
And they won't follow you if you don't follow through with what you say you're going to do. So we've had events where it was like, even though on the outside it looked successful, like, we lost a lot of money. It was a pain to go through with it, like following up and doing it. But yeah, I feel
said you're going to do it. So you
exactly.
Follow through.
And then again, the storytelling and branding of it too is something that I think I really poured into Arizona Filmmakers, especially since it's mine. I'm like, I want to make sure that when I put a flyer with the purple and blue colors, people just feel something and they want to buy tickets. But yeah, I carry that across like all the promos, everything that we do. It's like keeping that same consistent feeling.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, you definitely feel it. What do you see for the future of Arizona Filmmakers?
Like I said, the streams of revenue.
Yes.
We have some cool initiatives and cool programs that we're going to do. One called Arizona Film Raisers.
Okay.
It's a giving group. So a bunch of businesses, and hopefully maybe yours as well, we get together. Each quarter we put $100, and then we raise, like, hopefully we get 100 members. So that's like $10,000.
Yeah.
And with those $10,000, we'll give it back to people in the community by them pitching their projects or things that they want to build. And then we allocate that money out.
Cool.
So that money gets circulated within the community. You know, maybe the studio gets rented with that money. Like, you know, it just circulates. And then each quarter we'll see what project got, like at the end of the year, we'll have like a big event with all the members and see what projects came out of that money.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. When is that starting?
I gotta build the website and everything first, but I'm excited for that.
I'm gonna follow up with you on that. That's awesome. Okay, I want to make sure I covered all these questions before we dive into this project that you've got working on. Oh, this is a good one. What is a common mistake you see businesses make with their video content, and how should they fix it?
The most common one, and I think it goes back to that problem I was trying to solve, is that they don't know what to do with the content. I think most of the time, the first thing that they go to is organic content.
Yeah.
Like, let's just post to get noticed. And unless you have deep pockets, you can consistently keep that up. I say it's almost like a billboard, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if you can't afford, it's not the same, but if you can't afford to put up a billboard like Rafi Law Group, you know, to consistently get noticed consistently, I don't think you should spend money on organic content, you know?
Yeah.
You should strategize a little bit more. How is this going to be used? How about you invest in just, instead of organic content, you invest in a well-polished pin video for your profile.
Yes.
You know, that explains who you are and all that stuff. So the first video that they see on your profile is that pin video.
Yep.
That's a great investment.
Yep.
So just, strategizing how they're going to use their content instead of just, hey, I need content. Let's just
do the content to do the content.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I think they do that because they see everyone else doing content and they're like, I don't want to be left behind. So that's, I think, if they take something away, I think talk to your, producer, your production company that you work with, and let's strategize.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, for sure. That's very, very important. I want to leave this last little bit to talk about this upcoming project that you're working on. As much as you're willing to share, can you tell us what you're working on right now?
Yeah. So for the past 2 months, I've been building an elevator set, which I've never built a set before. But when I show you the picture, you tell me what you think.
Yeah.
And it's a show. It's a social show. I feel like we don't have like a cool show in Arizona to highlight some of the most important people. And so I wanted to create this elevator show that's called the Elevator Pitch.
Yes.
Where we have our host. I have Devin Butler as our host. And the whole premise is that he gets in an elevator and there's already a huge entrepreneur in there.
Yes.
And they have a conversation.
Yes.
That's the basic. But as a writer, I want to spice things up and add in a scripted situational humor.
Yeah.
So for example, the elevator breaks down and now they're having a conversation and the elevator is broken down. Or it's not even an elevator. It's the haunted mansion.
Yes.
Tower of Terror. Yeah. Or I think we have like one of the law firms. I don't want to say the name yet.
Yeah.
We have one of the law firms that has a lot of commercials on, like you've heard it. And the elevator music gets interrupted by one of their ads.
Yes.
And so Devin's like, they have ads in elevators now? Like, what the heck? And this annoying commercial? And then the guy's like, oh, you don't like that?
Yeah.
Like, that's mine, So we write in.
You should also have an elephant walk into, like, the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Like it's been on the you know what I mean? And
We
like
should
so
talk about the elephant
random,
in
like
the room and it's just like there.
No, who's gonna address the elephant in the room?
That's
or
a good one
like
too.
that?
Yeah. So that's I would love to have, and the reason why I'm doing this too is that number one, it's proof of concept.
Yeah.
To show like businesses, because a big thing that I'm seeing in Arizona is like, again, everyone's doing what everyone else is doing.
Right.
And why can't we, think outside the box and create campaigns, create things that like are as equal as like New York or California. Yes. Those campaigns that they do is just so out of the box, so creative. And I feel like businesses either don't know where to go for that or don't want to. I don't know what the problem is. I actually want to have an Arizona Filmmakers event where we bring the marketing and the filmmakers together and talk about that. Like, how do we pitch to business owners bigger campaigns, bigger ideas?
More innovative.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's why I want to make this show to throw in something big like that.
This is so cool. Okay, so for those that are listening and that want to kind of stay in the know, how can they, follow along for that journey?
I mean, right now, follow Moneta De Sine on Instagram, and through there, we're going to start launching the profile. We're going to see if the elevator pitch, what type of name we can save.
Yeah.
But also follow Arizona Entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Because it's going to be a collaboration.
Cool.
Yeah. So
I love this.
That's how we'll get our entrepreneurs on the show and stuff.
So sick. Okay, cool. And now before we wrap things up, I do want to ask this question that we do ask all of our guests on the podcast. And this is a letter to our future makers. If a young creative or filmmaker found this podcast 10 years from now, what's one piece of advice that you would want them to take from you?
Okay. Especially in this industry, it's good to have like a positive mindset. And so what helps me is if the problem that you're facing right now doesn't matter in 15 years or 10 years, then you shouldn't pay that much mind to it now. You can let it go.
Yeah. I love that. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Okay. You already kind of told us how you can keep in touch, but is there anything else you want to leave our listeners?
Yeah, I mean, follow Arizona Filmmakers. I feel like I have too many. Follow Arizona Filmmakers, Moneta De Sine. And if you want to follow me, I mean, I just post crazy stuff.
You'll get to see his AI generated character.
Yeah. If you want to see buff me, go to Storyteller David. That's Storyteller DAI. So AI VD.
I like that.
Right? It's like, I'm a storyteller and I use AI.
Yes, I love that. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.